tension's building. All around, you can feel it in the air. It's more than a feeling. A new reality everywhere. I look and see the signs of the times. Yeah, it's coming, but they're all in denial. Everything you know, it's all about the change. See the sky crack and it rains down flames. Oh man, they ain't ready for it. This is something that they can't ignore. Coming down like a meteor. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Yeah. Shock the world. Feel the earth shake, smoke rising, walking through the flames. Our reality became unchained, like the jaws of a lion that can't be tamed. Welcome to the future. Everything new, walking on the edge. It's nothing that you're used to. Only the strong survive. You better catch your breath. Oh man, they ain't ready for it. Yeah. This is something that they can't ignore. Yeah. Coming down like a meteor. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Yeah. Shock the world.
All right, here we go from the Ice Den in Scottsdale at the Shane Doan Rink. Still in Pescatore along with my man Mark, joining me on the podcast today. Mark, we got a great matchup here today. It's the number one seed Campo Verde Coyotes taking on Centennial, also the Coyotes. So we'll have two names for this one, right, with the same mascot. 4 games in, if anyone told you that this Campo Verde team was going to be the number one seed, it would be a shock. Last year, they had a down year. They were the last in Division I. They only had 2 wins in 21 games, but things have completely changed this year for this Campo team.
Yeah, I mean, last year, I think, obviously I wasn't here to watch, but I heard they just, not a lot of chemistry last year, but this year they're looking good. They're looking hot and fresh. So I'm excited for the season for D1.
Always a great way to start off with a couple wins, right? You want to get that chemistry built up.
Definitely.
So when you get those wins, and Campo has done that, starting with last night, facing off with the Broken Broncos, they win 6-3. This team has scored a lot of goals as well, which is a little bit, what would you say, it's not usual at a start of the season for an offense to be gelling like this. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'd say it's fair to say. I'd say with offense, there's a lot more mechanics to it, so you got to get more used to, line partners, so it takes a little longer, to get that chemistry built up, but it looks like they've been doing pretty good at it.
For Campo, they've played 4 games, they've won 3, they lost 1. For Centennial on the other side, wearing their red jerseys, the defending champions at the D1 level. 1-2-1 this year, overall 5 points, and they sit in 8th of 12 Division I teams this year. This is the defending champs, but it's not the same team. And it all starts, and it's going to happen at the high school level. Centennial at 15-plus seniors move on to graduation and to college and higher levels of hockey. Now you have a much younger, faster team for these Coyotes.
Yeah. I think Coyotes, it's going to be a good game. Coyotes versus Coyotes.
That's exactly right. So Campo's in their whites with the black pants. You have that green. Is it orange? How would you describe that orange tint there?
Like a sandy. I don't know. It's a confusing color for sure.
We'll go sandy, dark sand over there. There's a little wet sand for the Campo Verde Coyotes. But they're 3-1. They've looked great. They've gotten a good amount of their fair play points as well, 2 of the 4 games. And it all starts with Greg French, the head coach. He says this team was young. They needed that Division I experience last year. And it's almost a similar story to Centennial. 2 years ago, they were the worst team in Division I. The year after, they go and win the championship. So Campo right now is kind of following that script. And we're almost ready to go. Aiden Lynch in the face-off dot for the Coyotes in white. In red are the Centennial Coyotes. It's Jason Gabrick, who's one of very few returners from that D1 championship team. Here on Sunday night, we're ready to go. Campo wins the draw, and Centennial will control at neutral. There's Mark Melissa, the captain of this Centennial team. The junior knocks it in. Lynch goes around the boards. Candeloro, the captain for Campo Verde, allows his man Caputo to start skating, and Gibbs makes a nice save with the right pad. Logan Gibbs has seen a lot of rubber this year. He's started 3 of the 4 games for the Centennial team. Got the 2 goals against, but he's faced over 40 shots in all 3 games. A guy that likes to see a lot of rubber, but I think the Centennial coaching staff would like him to see a little bit less and have the defense block a couple more shots or just overall deny those chances as it goes down for an icing. How important is it, of course, for a defense to start gel and not make your goalie do so much every single game?
Yeah, defense really is just supposed to, get the puck moving out, and their main priority is just trying to get it out of their zone so that goalie, because if you're a goalie and you're moving around a lot, you like your defense to give you a break. So definitely very important for the goaltender to have a good defense.
Well, Logan Gibbs, the goalie tonight for Centennial. He's the senior, had a great year last year. Paired up with Chance Taylor for Centennial last year. Another great goalie who won the championship for these Coyotes last year in February at Mullet Arena. Gibbs has played great so far this year. Campo looking to do a little bit to that as Smith's shot is gloved up by Gibbs for a stoppage. In net for Campo Verde, a goalie that was here last year at Landon Cho. He's now a senior, and he has the starting number 1 spot. He kind of shared time last year with Dom Seligman, who moved on to play for Hamilton this year. He's going through a little bit of an injury, but he should be back next weekend. But for Toe, it's his job now, and he's running with it and more. In 4 games, like we said, 3-1. He's allowing just over 3 goals per game. Centennial in their own zone. They'll circle with it as Ganesh tries the near side. Shilly will backhand it in off to Toe, who sees this puck for the first time. He puts the glove over it and gets a stoppage with just 90 seconds in. These 2 teams played last night. We mentioned Campo Verde's win over Brophy 6-3. For Centennial, a little bit of a different story. They played against Basher Perry and lost 2-1, in which the coaching staff and really all the players weren't really happy with that result. They're looking for a big bounce back effort tonight against Campo Verde.
That was a good win.
Goodman wins the face-off. That's a call-up from the D3 level in Caden Goodman, and he's making his presence felt. That's a freshman out there playing at the D1 level. Never easy. Well, you talk to coaches and different people around D1, they say, what's the difference? What's the main difference between each level of AHSHA, JV, D3, and up to D1? They say the speed of the game. And this Campo Verde team, they saw that. They got the experience last year of playing at the D1 level and seeing that speed, and now it's up to, it's a moving conveyor belt. Freshmen, sophomores moving up to the top levels.
Definitely very cool and impressive to see, those freshmen getting the big call. Also, from their perspective, it's got to be a little scary. Faster game, harder hitting. Yeah.
And a lot bigger skaters going up against you as well.
Definitely.
Campo will backhand it in. It's Matthew Shackert who puts it into the corner. The Shackert brothers on this Campo team with TJ as well. He's out a little bit due to an injury, but always great to see the brothers and the Ewert brothers as well. 2 main brothers on this Campo team.
Yeah, they definitely, they're very fun to watch. They're always sticking up for each other. It's nice to see.
Here's another brother, but his brother isn't there anymore, Justin Caputo. His brother Ryan played for Campo Verde over the years as Gibbs makes the initial stop, and it's cleared out of the slot. Caputo will flip it back in. A Campo team that scores a bunch, we mentioned. 5+ goals in 3 of their 4 games. The only game that they didn't win, which was against Pinnacle, a top team in Division I that's going to be there the entire season, or so it feels like, as Gibbs has a nice poke check on a chance in front. They lost to Pinnacle 5-1, and Coach Greg French said that taught us a lot about our defense and how to play against the top teams in the league. Right now, they are the top team. Ganesh picks up a loose puck, drops it down. It's Diamond who looked to put it in front. Picked up by Sutter, back to the blue line. Brandon Brown looking to take it out of a pile, and he does. Brown has been the leading scorer for this Campo team. 5 goals in the first 4 games. He had 2 last night against Brophy. Elarth tried to put it around to the near side. It came right back to him. They turn it over. Chance for Carter Williams is taken away by Centennial. Ganesh brings his man forward. That's Elarth, who will knock it in off the back wall, and Toe will get the whistle.
These Centennial Coyotes, as you can tell, they're definitely very hungry for a win this season, and I think this is gonna be a game where it's gonna be battled out until the last second.
Centennial this year, on the other side, the issue with them has been a little bit of goal scoring. They only have a little bit above 2 goals per game scoring, but it's been the penalties. They lead Division I in penalties, upwards of more than 12 penalty minutes per game. That's not going to cut it no matter how much skill you have on the team. Got to stay out of the box is what every coach will tell you. Here's Maddox Hoover looking to work the puck in the corner. Nice keep at the blue line by Ethan Schilly.
Yeah, just touching back on that, just trying to stay out the box. In this league, it definitely matters a lot because you could be...
There's Hoover with a chance on the backhand. Nice save by Toe. Rebound in the crease. Toe's out of the net. It's in the back of the net.
Wow.
Melissa. 1-0 Centennial. The captain gets the scoring started. Good work in the corner by Schilly. Got it to Hoover, and Melissa finishes it up for the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little lost in his crease there. So always hard to see, especially as a goalie's perspective. But you just got to get off your mind and just get up and save the other ones.
So Toe made the initial save against Hoover, who will get an assist on the goal from Melissa. Second goal of the year for Mark Melissa, who on a big senior-related team last year as Brandon Brown moves in and his shot goes high up Gibbs' left shoulder. Gibbs makes another stop and pushes it out toward neutral. Centennial had over 15 seniors on last year's team, and the sophomore, Mark Melissa, was an assistant captain. That shows a lot about what type of player and person he is, that he was named, and he got the A on his jersey on a very old and veteran-like team for the Centennial Coyotes last year. Nice move through neutral. Centennial goes around. That's Elarth. Tries to throw it toward the slot. Gabbert couldn't hold on to it. Shot from the blue line from Giddings, and a good blocker save by Toe. That's a good bounce-back save for Landon Toe after allowing the first goal to Mark Melissa. Centennial will start back in their own end under 9 minutes to go in the first period. It goes into the Centennial bench area. How big is it for Toe? You make that mistake, you say, okay, maybe that was a goal I could have stopped, but you get right back to it and you get a save right after.
Yeah, definitely. It's a mental challenge, but you just got to shake it off and act like it didn't happen. It's a 0-0 game still.
Along the wall, it's Brandon Smith for Centennial, helping it out to neutral. Giddings lays a hit. Campo's offside here. As coming down was Ben Kraft, the big senior, but he was offside and in the zone before the puck was. It's early in the year, but you can't overstate how big getting off to a good start is. Campo has done that. Here's Ganesh with a backhand save by Toe. Closes the legs and scoops it off the ice as well. Nice move from Ganesh, but couldn't beat the Campo goaltender. You see it again here. Nice move by Ganesh. Went to the backhand, but Toe just closed up the 5-hole.
Yeah.
Centennial in the lead, 7-5 in shots, and also on the scoreboard, 1-0. Off the wall, Cernecco will pick it up for Campo. Cleared right out by Centennial. Helvik puts it into an open corner and tells Carter Williams to go and chase after it. It comes right back to him. Here's Williams in the circle, and his shot gets deflected off his stick, but stays in play. Brandon Smith for Centennial. Battling Williams in there as well. Ewart shot, and he got iron. Tried to go short side on Gibbs, but couldn't find enough real estate.
Oh.
Getting taken down on the play was Goodman. That's the freshman we talked about earlier. No arms come up. An arm does go up for an icing. You know, we talked about freshmen at the D2 or even the D1 level last year for Mountain Ridge, who are playing in the other rink right now. Camden Babin, a freshman of last year, 5th overall in AHSHA in points. And
Yeah, definitely impressive to see.
15, 16 years old and playing against some top 18-year-olds and getting results at it as well. Aiden Lynch just pokes it forward. Gibbs is going to come all the way out of his net, use the boards behind his own net to get it to Melissa. Neither team with a lot of zone time so far. Let's see if Campo can change that. Lynch in the slot, still loose. A shot in front by Candeloro, and he couldn't get it home. Gibbs closed it up. Pass back to the blue line, stays in the zone. Warden's shot was blocked down. Centennial chasing here a little bit. Now they'll come the other way with numbers if they hurry. It's Gabrick, whose shot went wide of the short side. Warden sick, might have got a piece. It goes behind Toe's net to Aiden Lynch here on the near side. He goes past one. Melissa lifted his stick, but not before he could get it over to his teammate in Williams. Schlichting kept it in. Down to Aiden Lynch. Lynch on the backhand, walking the goal line. He'll drop it. It's turned over. Here comes Centennial the other way. Gabrick looking to go after it. He goes down, and so does Lynch. He got it out of the way for the moment. Melissa, drop pass, looking to put it in the slot. But a nice defensive play there by Caputo. If he wasn't there, it could have been Hoover or Melissa. And now it could be a 3-on-0, but Centennial is offside. Those are the three that are put together, Melissa, Hoover, and Gabrick, that are some of the very few returners from last year. It's just a step up to have that chemistry, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know, chemistry is key, especially in this sport. Just knowing where your teammates are and where to pass is definitely a big part.
So with a very young team for Centennial, some of these guys have played together, some have not. Those three have, and it's showing right now in the first period, Hoover, Melissa, and Gabrick. Brandon Brown for Centennial, or for Campo, puts it across for Smith in the circle. Moving in, Brown with a nice pass across. But Smith couldn't get his stick on the ice to finish it. That was a nice dish from Brandon Brown, who somehow, some way, does not have an assist so far this year. He's got 5 goals, but no assist so far. That could have been number 1. On a nice feed to Smith. Back to the blue line. Cerneka's shot and reaches Gibbs, who makes the stop and puts it into the corner. Campo goes across using east to west passing. As Ewart will put it down. Chile uses the wall. Centennial looking to break out here. They turn it over back in front, and Gibbs makes the stop. Aiden Smith all alone, but Logan Gibbs comes up with a big save to keep this game 1-0. It's a turnover right near the blue line. It was Smith and Gibbs, and a little slap shot that Gibbs pushes off from his left to his right to make the save.
Those are the saves you need to take, you know, to keep you in the lead, for sure.
Campo's forecheck has been good in the past couple shifts, getting some opportunities. Centennial will come the other way.
Good redirect.
Alfonso looks to put it toward the net. Giddings in the corner now. Snyder can't take it away. Ganesh comes out of the group with it at the top. Ganesh toward the net, nobody home. Giddings backhands it down. Warden for Campo turns it over. Ganesh lifted his stick back to the blue line. The shot from Miller went wide. Giddings picks it up again. Now Centennial with some offensive zone time. Ganesh toward the net, saved by Toe. Rebound on the wraparound try. Giddings is right in there, but Toe is there holding his post. Good shift there from Centennial when they needed. That was a nice play by Alfonso using the net to his advantage, but Toe read it the whole way.
Yeah.
Toe has really bounced back well after allowing the first goal to Mark Melissa, which is the only goal so far with 4:20 to go in the first period. Carter Williams for Campo. Across the blue, his shot was blocked down. Another try, and came right back to him. Back to Helvik, whose shot was blocked. Centennial might have numbers. Ganesh with a good block, as they're going to hurry up. Giddings gets it down. Alfonso behind the net. Tried to backhand it in front. Right off the bench, a big slap shot goes in the glove of Toe. That was Schilly coming right off the bench, and he let it fly.
It's definitely a fast puck to track, and he does great at that, as you're going to see. He's very good with his glove and just manning down on the puck.
Toe, the senior, finally getting his chance at the number one job at the D1 level. Chile toward the net, blocked away. The freshman Newton puts it down low. Helvik backhands it, takes a hit from Melissa. Newton will have to chase this one back as Campo will reset in their own end. Helvik gets to the red, just pushes it forward for Smith. Smith walks in, he shoots, it got blocked off a stick. Schilly might have got a piece along with Gabrick. Centering pass, Schilly gets it over to Gabrick. Centennial coming the other way, 2-on-1. Hoover and Melissa. Hoover on the far side, it goes in! Maddox, Hoover, and Centennial takes a 2-0 lead through the legs of Toe. The Centennial Coyotes are up 2. What did you see on that one?
It looks like, he just didn't get that 5-hole close up fast enough, and it just slipped right through. That's definitely a hard goal to have against you. But like I said again, you just got to forget it and just get your head back in the game.
Just over 3 minutes left in the first period. Centennial up 2-0. It was a 2-on-1 with Hoover and Melissa. Ewart was back for Campo. And tell me if I'm wrong here. It looked like Hoover was just trying to put it off the pad and get a rebound from Melissa in front.
Yeah, that definitely looks like something he would try to do. That happens a lot, especially when you have someone coming at the net. You have a more possibility chance of scoring on that if you try to get a rebound than just passing the puck. But it looks like luckily it went through for him. So
turnover here, another chance for Centennial. Backhand try from Patton on a blocker save from Toe. The Centennial forecheck now making some stretches and some good opportunities here. The second goal goes to Hoover. The assist, which really set up the entire 2-on-1, was from Jacob Gabrick. We mentioned those three. That's the top line for Centennial, and they've been excellent so far tonight. Drop pass, another pass looking back door was Brown. And is the net off? Yes, it is. That's why we have the whistle. Brandon Brown has had some opportunities to pass the puck east and west, but Campo has had trouble kind of putting more pucks toward the net.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, Campo only has 8 shots, as Centennial already has 12. So, and that shows definitely on the scoreboard.
2-0 Centennial in front. This shot caught his own man up top. A turnaround try by Kraft was blocked. Centennial's clearing attempt goes past Warden. It does not have enough for icing. Getting to the puck first is Sutter. His shot goes off the side of the post. Ganesh on the far side. Pinned to the wall. Warden backhands it a little bit further. Everybody's tied up on that far side. Bouncing puck. Who's got it? Ganesh does. Backhand try goes high by Sutter. He's got already a goal in 4 games. Ganesh with a nice pass to the top. Miller's shot was blocked. Campo might have numbers, but a nice play by Jimenez to get there before Campo might have had a 3-on-1 from the red line in. Here's Snyder behind the net. Looked to backhand it in front. Gibbs got the initial one, and then his defense helped clear it out. Ganesh goes through 2. Ganesh 1-on-1. His shot gets blocked down. Rebound try, and it got blocked away. Miller at the blue line, and it got deflected wide. Jai Ganesh has been a source of energy for the Centennial team in the first period. that now is under a minute to go. Here's Matthew Shacker, gets it across, and the shot goes right into the glove of Gibbs off of Ben Kraft's stick. You've seen the Centennial team for at least the first period has been very gritty. They've been forcing turnovers in the offensive zone and getting more opportunities to score.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely they're really hungry for that win, as you can tell, and I think, you know, especially they have a big 2-goal lead, especially possibly going into the second period, and that does have a lot to do with just how the game is.
Centennial coming off a 2-1 loss last night to the Bearcats of AHSHA Perry. Looking to get a little wake-up call, and they did from last night, and now showing it here in the first period that only has 30 seconds to go. Against Campo Verde, a team that we mentioned, they score a lot, and they'll give up their fair share of goals. They have given up 14 goals in 4 games, which is just over 3. But they score, and their offense just hasn't shown up here in the first period. You got 2 more to go after this one. Smith puts it down low for Melissa behind the net. Yeah, that top line out there for Centennial, and Toe does a good job of getting his glove over it, and then took some exception with Gabrick's stick getting in the way as well. It's so intriguing seeing year to year. Melissa was a regular for this Division I Centennial team, so was Gabrick. Hoover played here and there. These guys played on the second or the third line. Now they're Division I players, Division I first line players for a really good Centennial team. And that's all about doing work over the offseason and getting better and getting your opportunities. That's what they've done. Helvig for Campo with 5 seconds to go. Brown just looking to kick it out of the zone. Centennial keeps it in. One more chance with 1 second. The pass is late. That shot would not have counted as the buzzer rang before. Toe made the save either way on Gabrick. 2-0 Centennial at the end of 1. We'll be right back. All right, back here for period number 2 from the Ice Den here in Scottsdale. 2-0 Centennial in front after 1. Mark Melissa and Maddox Hoover with the goals. Toss in an assist for Hoover as well, and Gabrick. Campo needs to wake up here. First period that they were beating the most pucks, and they were doing a lot of passing. Is that what you saw as well in the first period from the Campo Coyotes?
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
A team that likes to score. Of course, the old phrase, you got to shoot to score.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly right. Campo in their own zone here. Looking for the long pass. That was to Candeloro. It was blocked down initially. Schlichting in the circle. His shot saved by Gibbs. Rebound cleared away by Giddings. Robert Giddings playing a really good defensive game so far and also has contributed on the forecheck. Lynch's shot goes high and wide of the glove. Here comes Centennial the other way. Newton gets it ahead to Ganesh, who's made some nice moves already today and draws the first penalty of the day. It's a cross check. Or check that, that's a hook. A hook against Campo, and after a very clean first period, we have our first penalty here of this one. Let's see who they take. It's going to be Gavin Helvik, who's going to head to the box for Campo. First chance for the power play for Centennial, and this is an important one. You've scored 2 even strength goals, and now you could really flex your muscles, possibly taking a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, Centennial is just filled with a room of opportunities right now, especially with the power play.
So Centennial will set it up and up before Campo comes the other way. It was Warden shorthanded. He still was moving around. That was Cerneka, as he was killing time. Here's Melissa into the zone as Gabrick toward the net and couldn't find him. Gabrick takes it to the corner. The clearing attempt goes all the way down to Gibbs. So no penalties in the first. First penalty of the day is against Gavin Helvik for hooking. A 2-minute call, and he's already been in there for 30 seconds. Chile across the line. Centennial having a tough time setting this up. Campo looking to come the other way, but Melissa lifted the stick of Brown. He would have been all alone on a breakaway. Melissa's shot goes high. Off the wall, Centennial keeps his own. Caputo goes down low with Ganesh. Hoover will pick up the puck. Gets it back up top. Looking for Newton. Now Miller will be that quarterback of the power play. Jason Miller at the top. His shot went wide. Found a lane, but not one that led toward the net. Ganesh battling in front for positioning. Miller with another try, and it went wide to the short side. Rebound try, and it went wide from Gabrick. And now the net has come off, and we get a whistle. 37 seconds to go in the power play for Centennial.
They've been having a lot of problems with that net recently.
It's always one side, right? And I think over the years we've seen it's been that side here in the Shane Doan rink that is, whether it be not drilled in enough or drilled in too much, given the most issues. Nevertheless, in a situation like that, it definitely benefits Campo Verde to get a whistle and get a change.
For sure.
Centennial wins the draw. Miller puts it down on the half wall. And all the way down low for Ehlers. Ehlers gets it to Melissa. He's down low, give and go. Melissa scores! Power play goal and the second goal of the night for Mark Melissa. Centennial up 3-0.
I didn't even notice they had a goal horn going on when they scored.
Maybe they only do it for the power play goals. That's our first power play marker on the first penalty. What did you see from that give and go down low? Take another look.
You know, he just puts it up in front. You know, it's actually a pretty impressive shot coming from, you know, offensive perspective. It's pretty tough to get the puck that high and that short of a distance.
So Melissa lifts it, and he lifts his team to a 3-0 lead. A Centennial team that was called out. They needed a better performance tonight after a 2-1 loss. And a game that Coach Caleb Drinkhouse said that was our worst performance of the season. Well, so far, maybe this has been their best. They've played very well so far through just about halfway through this one. Icing the call here against Campo. What are you seeing from Campo that they have to almost change or maybe flip to take an advantage? Because we haven't seen a ton of offense from them so far.
Yeah, I think, you know, getting it set up in the zone, getting that goalie moving. He's definitely a big guy for, you know, being a big guy in net for Centennial. When you have a big goalie like that, he takes up a lot of space, and you want to get him moving. That's the only way you're really going to score on a goalie that size.
Gibbs so far tonight has made 10 saves on 10 shots. Campo hasn't had a shot yet here in the second period. Let you look to change that here. Williams' shot blocked down by Ganesh. Rebound picked up by the trailing Caputo. Backhand pass across. One more. Wow. Beautiful play. Caputo, Cerneka, Williams. Tic-tac-toe. Campo gets on the board. That's a big response. Carter Williams, his 4th goal of the year. his 6th point. That leads the team. Watch this nice backhand pass. Caputo back across. That's just beautiful.
And now it looks like Campo's going to have momentum shift. And it looks like they're going to have the momentum coming off of this draw now.
So they're going to give Caputo and Cerneka the assists, of course, on the give and go. And you mentioned it, with a bigger goal, you got to move him side to side. And, well, that was perfect, right?
Yeah.
You go east-west, and wide open was Williams to place that one in the back of the net. Good response for Campo. They scored just less than a minute after Centennial took a 3-0 lead. Let's see if they got more in them. It's right back to that Cerneka line all the way across. Williams was open. He slipped back behind Alfonso. Back to the blue line. Big slap shot. Blocked down. Centennial looking to come the other way. Good effort from Giddings. He tried to use the wall to set up a 2-on-1, but it goes into the Campo bench. Everyone seems to be all right. I think one of the coaches just put on a helmet, and probably for good reason. Eyes on a swivel, always. Campo starting to turn the tide here. Already won, and Williams was close to a second. Ewert toward the net. Tipped in front. They score off their own man and in. Unfortunate off of Jimenez. And in the back of the net, Campo has 2 in a matter of 40 seconds. A defenseman and Jimenez just trying to clear the puck out. Unfortunate, it goes in the back of the net. For them, fortunate for Campo Verde. Ewert's going to get credit for it. Dylan, that is, the senior, and he gets his first goal of the season. It makes it 3-2.
Off of that replay we just saw, it looks like it went off of a Campo player's stick and then off of a Centennial player's stick and then into the back of the net.
A double deflection there.
Yeah.
Campo with 2 in 40 seconds. 37 if you want to be exact. Now they're looking to tie this game up. They go east-west over to Candelaro. His shot, short side, high, and almost all the way out of the zone. Kept in nicely by Campo, but no, they're going to call it offside. That's a late call, but most likely the right one.
Sounds like the fans over here in the Campo section aren't a very big fan of that one. That call there.
So Campo has scored in 2 of their last 3 shots, and Centennial is going to take a timeout. One that they need, and one that, well, they were up 3-0 just, well, of game time a minute and 20 seconds ago. Now 3-2, a 1-goal game. We'll be right back.
Well, he called it offside. There.
All right, back here at the Ice Den. It's been a crazy second period. It was 2-0 Centennial after 1. Already got more goals here in the second, in the first 5 minutes, than we had in the first. As this shot gets deflected off the netting. Centennials opened up the scoring of the second. They were up 3-0. Melissa with a power play goal, and you're feeling good. If you're a Centennial fan, Campo flipped the switch. They go back and forth for Carter Williams to make it 3-1. And then Dylan Ewert gets a fortunate bounce off a Centennial defenseman stick into the back of the net. And 3-2 is where we stand with under 10 minutes to go in period number 2. Campo looking to tie this one up. Centennial took their timeout, which just to slow everything down. They allowed 2 goals, unfortunate or not, in a matter of 37 seconds. So they will not have their timeout for the rest of this one. last week against Notre Dame. They took their timeout. At 6 minutes to go in the third period. They allowed 2 goals to tie the game up at 3 to Notre Dame. The game ended up in a 3-3 tie. Miller goes to Hoover. He gets it out of the zone, but not to Melissa, who is in neutral and open. Newton puts it ahead. Hoover on the forecheck. Campo breaks out really nicely. Their passing has been more crisp here in the second period. Brown in front, swept away, and thought it was, as Cernecco was on the short side looking to put it home. This is going to go down for an icing as Caputo can't stop it. And back to this side of the ice we go, just about to the halfway mark of the second period. You knew that Campo offense was going to show up. It was just a matter of how quick and when. And they've done so. Max Snyder wins the draw. Williams will put it into the far corner. Shackert gets pinned to the wall by Smith. Williams took it off the stick of Ganesh. Kept in. Caputo's shot goes wide. Here's Smith for Centennial. Uses the wall and gets a fortunate bounce out. Almost turns it over in neutral. Schneider for Campo. Looks for the give and go pass to Shackert. Williams is on the far side. Shackert in front, and Schneider couldn't put it home.
What a shot.
Kept in by Campo one more time, but Williams, it just goes off the heel of his stick and out to neutral. Everything that Centennial was doing well in the first period, Campo is now doing that here in the second. Big hit. Ganesh lays out Helvik.
Just hope he's okay. He's definitely a big key on the team for Campo here. Looks like he'll be fine.
Helvik drops it for his own man. That was a head-down hit that Ganesh took advantage of. Here's the defenseman Miller getting into the play. Back out to the top. Puts it in the slot. Campo looking to exit the zone. They cannot for the moment. Sutter steps down. And Campo will go far side to clear. What has been so important and maybe even very impressive about this Campo offense has been their quick passing. It's almost like when the puck's coming toward them on a pass, they know where they want to go to next. Ewart gets down low. That's the senior Dylan. His brother David, the sophomore, and he'll go down for icing. You saw it on the first Campo goal. It's almost like a puzzle piece. If I get it, I'm going to you, and back and forth.
That definitely stems off of having that great chemistry, especially on your offense.
Campo team that did not lose a lot of seniors last year. They lost Hayden Heinrichs, who was a great player for them, led the team in points, and a couple other seniors, but not a lot compared to what Centennial lost and other teams as well. Hoover toward the net. Melissa scores again. Hat trick for Melissa. We're just over halfway gone, and he's got 3. It was all set up by Hoover. Melissa just had to stand in front and knock it home. So Centennial now turns the tide one more time. That timeout was important. They got their bearings, and now they make it a 2-goal game one more time. Melissa with 3 coming into today's game. In 3 games, he only had 1 goal. Now up to 4, and you still got a lot of game to go. Here's Ben Kraft. Wade shoots, and a glove save by Gibbs. It's a nice stop by Gibbs as Kraft was all alone, ready to just fire it toward the net. They give the assist to Hoover and Elarth. So Hoover has a goal, and he has 2 assists tonight as well. Elarth with 2 assists to his name.
Long hold there on the blue line.
Ewart does a good job of keeping it in. Kraft backhands it toward the slot, taken away. Ganesh goes far side, and getting taken down on the play was Alfonso. He got a piece of it to direct it in. Puck bounces toward the slot. Campo will come back to their own end. It's been a game of momentum shifts. Centennial had the first, going up 3-0. Campo had a 2-minute stretch where everything was going their way, and they scored 2, and Centennial just turned it one more time to make it 4-2. Kraft turns on a dime with it. Back to Ewart. Turns it over. Centennial the other way. Alfonso with Giddings to his right. He'll shoot. Blocker save. Rebound Ganesh. And Toe got that one too. Ganesh couldn't pull the trigger immediately. Campo will pick it up and come back the other way. Dave and Ewart in front looking for Brown. Elarth doing a good job of getting that puck out of harm's way. Centennial would have had a 2-on-1 with a sharp pass. It was not. Here's Brandon Brown. 5 goals in 4 games this year. We're going to make his mark on this game. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Back to Warden. All the way across his deep partner, and the shot went wide of the right shoulder of Gibbs. Kept in by Warden. Down to Cerneka. He couldn't control. Elarth picks it up and backhands it out to neutral ice. Turning with it nicely as Alfonso gets it up to Goodman, the freshman. Tosses it to the senior and Giddings. Nice pass, picked off by Elarth. He's been everywhere tonight. Walks with it at the blue. Thought about pulling the trigger. Brown made him think better of it. Loose puck in front. Bodies going everywhere as Clayton was looking to make his mark on a loose puck. Campo with a nice breakout pass the other way. They're going 2-on-2. It's Aiden Smith. Into the corner, taken away. Patton will slap it out. Smith one more time. Gibbs might have got a piece of that one to the corner. When Campo was going, their forecheck was excellent. Brown keeps this one in. Somehow still has the puck, and Gibbs holds it on a soft shot. This game has felt as if you make one mistake and you're going to pay for it in the defensive zone.
Definitely. I mean, I still think, though, that Campo is going to try and come back from this one. And they had 3 minutes and 20 seconds to do it before the third period.
Here in the middle frame. Campo wins the draw. Vert gets it to Snyder. Snyder thought about the little self-pass. Schilly tried to use the far side. Centennial the other way with numbers. It's Hoover and Gabrick. Hoover on the far side. His shot saved by Toe, and Gabrick couldn't bat home the rebound out of midair. Now as the ice starts to open up, Schilly will go back with Caputo and get there first. Caputo looking to put it back to the blue line. Gabrick is all alone on a breakaway. Jason Gabrick moving in. Backhand, he scores! It's been that top line for Centennial. Melissa's got 3, Hoover's got 1, and now Gabrick's got 1 on a nice backhand breakaway goal to make it 5-2. No chance for Toe on a beautiful lifted backhand shot. Centennial back up 3.
And the Campo Verde Coyotes are right back where they started off. They're going to have to call their ways back, but definitely not the end of the world for them yet. There's still a whole nother period of hockey to play.
Melissa gets the assist. That is point number 4 for him tonight, along with Schilly. Campo's offside here. Centennial's going to touch up and have the official put his arm down. Newton gets it to Schilly. He's across the red. So we talked a bunch about the Campo offense coming in, how much they score. 5+ goals in 3 of the 4 games so far this year as it goes down for icing. But it's been the Centennial offense, and that offense has been that top line of Hoover, Gabrick, and Melissa. So 2 minutes to go in the second. 5-2 Centennial in front. Smith, long pass in neutral. Picked off by Ewart. And in. It's Coyotes versus Coyotes here on Sunday night. And the Red Coyotes have had the advantage over the, like we talked about, sandy or green Campo.
No, I think that it is kind of copper if you really think about it.
Copper orange, like a rusted copper.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting color. It's nice, though. It's nice.
I'd say it's more coyote colors than red and blue,
Yeah,
right?
definitely feels that way. I mean, Centennial doesn't even have a coyote on their crest.
Right?
Or Centennial.
I got to take a look at the new Flagstaff jerseys this year. I heard they're really nice.
Definitely a very nice baby blue. We saw them in their when they were doing their preseason, and they're pretty nice.
This Centennial team knows about Flagstaff. Last weekend, whether it was Saturday or Sunday, it was Saturday, a 10 a.m. game up at Bay Lively up in Flagstaff. Not an easy trip, not an easy place to go. 2 hours north, upwards of 7,000 feet in elevation as we reach the final minute of the second period. And Flagstaff let them know that they weren't going to be taken lightly, no matter how light the blue color was. And we have penalty number 2 of the day. Centennial lost 6-1 to Flagstaff on Saturday morning last week. Penalty is roughing, and they're going to take Ben Kraft from Campo.
I don't know what happened back there, but I just saw Miller and Williams exchanging some words. So definitely some tension building between these two teams.
Take another look here on the left side. Not a ton shown. Nevertheless, we've only had 1 penalty so far, and it was against Campo, and Centennial made them pay for it. A power play goal from Mark Melissa. That was goal number 3 for him. He has, or goal number 2 for him. Goal number 3 overall. He has 3 goals. Second power play for Centennial. Campo overskates the puck. Gabrick picks it up and will whip it in. Yeah, Zelarth go and chase after it in the near side corner. Helvik. Pass Melissa. Campo 2-on-1 shorthanded the other way. Warden back in front, and Gibbs makes the save on Brown. Good back check from Gabrick as well. Melissa with room. Melissa's all alone looking for 4. He couldn't get a shot away.
Great defense there by Campo to get that puck out of their zone.
Brandon Brown now going 1-on-1 with Miller. Brown wraps it around, taken down. No arms go up. The leading goal scorer for this Campo team as we reach the end of the second period. 5-2 Centennial in front. We'll be right back. All right, back here at the ice den for period number 3. Centennial up 5-2 after 2. They're also on the power play for a minute, 10 seconds more. After a roughing call to Ben Kraft at the end of period number 2. It's been a lot of goals. It has not been a lot of penalties. And that's always a great sign for both teams playing clean games. And both teams, of course, wanting that fair play point as well. It's so important when you get down to the end of the season and seeding and standings and everything like that. A team might have more wins than you. As Hoover comes in front, rebound for Gabrick, couldn't control it. A team might have more wins than you, but a fair play point can miss it. Gibbs is out of the net and Campo scores. A mistake turns into the shorthanded goal for Campo. Gibbs came out of the net to play it on a clearing attempt. And it's Aiden Smith who gets the goal. I think Gibbs had a moment there where he said, what am I doing out here? And had to get back, but didn't get back in time.
Yeah, I mean, he thought that puck was going to come towards him. He was going to play it off, and then ends up that puck ended up slowing down, and Campo took that opportunity and capitalized off of it.
So Aiden Smith with a shorthanded goal for Campo, and that's exactly what they needed to start off the third period. Now only down 2. Centennial still in the power play for 15 more seconds. Here's Miller. Goes all the way back to Hoover. Hoover to Melissa. Try to go back to Miller. He takes a spill. Maybe Smith looking for number 2 shorthanded, but what a play by Melissa to dive to take it off his stick. We're back to even strength as Kraft is out of the box. How good has Mark Melissa been so far tonight? Here's Gabrick and a good save by Toe.
What a save there. He has been definitely what's holding this Campo team together and it not being out of hand right now. Your goalie is always your back and what really holds the team together, and he's doing fairly good.
So Toe with a big stop there on Gabrick. Keeps it at a 2-goal game. This one was touched by a high stick.
No penalty, just a face-off, looks like.
Yep. So it's been a back-and-forth game. Hey, Centennial was up 3-0 at one point. It became 3-2. Centennial scored 2 more. They were up 5-2, and now it's 5-3. Let's see if Campo has a comeback in them. We were talking about that fair play point earlier, which is so important at every level. As Ewart fans on the first try. Well, last year, and I'd have to go check, but I believe at the Division I level, Mountain Ridge had less wins than Notre Dame, maybe a worse record. But they were the number 2 seed over the number 3 seed because they had more fair play points than Notre Dame did.
A little extracurricular activities just happened in front of the net there. Protecting the goalie.
Gibbs makes the stop and gets the whistle. This is going to be a long 13 minutes or so to end off this third period. Campo is really making their push here. Ganesh and Cerneka in the faceoff dot. Campo keeps it in with Ewart for the moment. Second try does do that, but Centennial will clear it out. Centennial has scored more than five or more goals in 3 of their 4 games. In all 3 of their wins, to win this one, they're going to have to score 6. Which they did last night against Brophy. And that's not an easy team to score 6 against either. A great goaltender in Max Milstein that the Brophy Broncos have. Ganesh picks it up for Centennial in the turnover. Backhands it down to Elar. Giddings turns it over to Ewart. Here comes Campo the other way, 3-on-2. Smith on the other side. Back across, and Williams. It jumped off his stick. Nice east-west passing play there for Campo. Could have made this a one-goal game as it goes into the bench this time. But nobody gets hurt, and then nobody has to duck like we had earlier.
We've seen that puck go into Campo's bench a lot this night. Not something that happens frequently.
That's why even though you're on the bench, you got to keep your head up, keep your head in the game, right?
Coaches stress keeping your head up on and off the ice.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think they can stress it enough.
Either you're getting probably hit or the puck's coming off your stick on the ice. But off the ice, you can probably hurt a little bit more if it hits the wrong spot. Gibbs makes a nice save here on a sharp angle shot from Campo. Their 22nd shot of the day. 3+ minutes gone here in the third. Centennial wins the draw. Nice move off the wall by Patton. Patton skips it off the glass. Helvig back behind his own net. Gets it to Shocker, who gets it up to Williams. Williams over to Kraft, who one-hands it in. Gibbs comes out of his net. This time it doesn't make him pay for it. That's how Campo got their third goal. Loose puck, Centennial picks it up. Patton all alone, and a good save by Toe with the right pad. The senior D and Trevor Patton had room, couldn't put it home. Now Williams the other way. His shot just missed the far post. Carter Williams has been quick here in the second half of this game.
It looks like Campo is starting to catch up on the shot clock. The shot count, not clock, with Centennial.
Now Centennial with 28, Campo with 23. And they're making Logan Gibbs work. Schilly back for Centennial. Toss it to his D partner in Smith. Patton with a few nice moves at the blue line, and we'll just backhand it in and take a check from Caputo. Ganesh kicked it forward. Schilly shot, found the pad of Toe. Diamond was all alone for a rebound, but was turned the wrong way. And we have offside, or so it looks like. Now we're going to get a penalty, a slash. And this one's going against the Coyotes. First time we're going to see the Campo power play, and in a big spot here. 10 minutes exactly to go here in the third period, and they'd love to make this a one-goal game. They're going to get their first power play of the night. Flash is the call on this one. So first time that Campo heads to the man advantage. Vert goes to the far side. Melissa pressuring the puck, and he gets it out.
Looks like Landon came out to play the puck there. Last time Centennial tried doing something like that, unfortunately, they got a goal scored on them. So Landon's
a goalie, you got to be careful.
Especially when coming out of the crease.
Cerneka into the zone for Campo on the man advantage. The shot went off a leg and wide. Kick to the blue line from Centennial. Fortunate bounce. Galbrick with a nice pass. Melissa shorthanded, and Toe makes the save. Melissa was looking for number 4 and a shorthanded goal. He would have had the hockey triple crown. Power play goal, shorthanded goal, and even strength goal. I don't know if that's the exact phrase that they use, but I like it. Why not? Every split's got a triple crown. Why not hockey?
Personally, I've never heard it, but definitely has a nice ring to it.
We're going to make it popular. Cerneka for Campo. We got 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. Big block at the top by Melissa. We heard it smack off his shin pad. Cross-ice pass. Hoover goes down to a knee to block it. Campo keeps possession. It's Aiden Lynch below the goal line. Elarth watching him. Back to the top. Ewert doesn't pull the trigger. Down to the circle. Invert. 10 seconds to go in the power play. And Campo has to come all the way back out to neutral ice. Good penalty kill here for Centennial. Their first and only so far tonight. Aiden Lynch trying to cut toward the net. Still has the puck as we're back to even strength. Under 8 minutes to go. Looking for Brown in front off of his stick. Hoover will just shove it out of the zone and all the way down, icing the call. About halfway gone here in the third period. An opportunity there for Campo in the power play, but you give a lot of credit to that Centennial PK. That was almost perfect. And Melissa almost had a shorthanded goal as well. So Campo still chasing two here. And a game that's gone back and forth, a seesaw-like game. Helvik gets it ahead for Schleiding. Helvik shot, pad saved by Gibbs and cleared out by Miller. It's a good combination for the Centennial group between players who played for a D1 championship at some type of level in terms of how many games and minutes, etc. Mark Melissa was in the top 6 for Centennial last year at the D1 level that they won the championship at. And then you have some players who are moving up from the lower levels and learning how to play at the D1 level, which is a whole different world. Good save with the left pad by Toe. Cleared out to neutral ice. Candeloro, the captain for Campo, moves in. His shot, saved by Gibbs. Joe Candeloro, the captain, in his junior year last year, did not even get to play a game for Campo. Before the year in the preseason, tore a bone in his leg, out for the entire year, but he stayed around the team, was almost like a volunteer coach. Came to every practice he could, most games, and is now ready for his senior year and has the C on his chest. Here's Cerneka turning with it. Down low, looking for that give and go across. Williams couldn't get his stick on the ice. Patton across the logo and into the corner. 6:20 to go in the third. Along the wall. Smith keeps it in and gets it down low for Sutter. For a centering pass taken away. Arm coming up. Penalty upcoming on Centennial. It's a delayed call. Smith will turn with it. 6 men on the ice for Campo. Williams' shot goes high and wide all the way down. It won't go into the net. That would count. But Campo's going to come back with under 6 minutes to go. Delayed call on Centennial. Once they touch it, the whistle will be blown. They do not get a touch there. Here's Carter Williams across the line. Gets it to Cerneka. 6 men on the ice for Campo. Centennial still without a touch. Ewert to Williams. Down low, Cerneka at the goal line. 6 on 5. Back in front. Gibbs makes the stop on the loose puck. So with 5:26 to go, that was almost a minute full of delayed power play time. Campo's going to the power play for the second time tonight. Their first time did not get a ton going. The call is stripping, and it's against Centennial, and I'll get an exact name for that one on who's heading to the box. But the call is stripping. Power play for Campo.
Definitely a big opportunity for him to get to that 1-goal margin.
Patton is the man in the box for Centennial. Hoover, shorthanded, killing time. He's on the 2 forward set, him and Gabrick, and Schilly on the back end with Smith. Jacker for Campo. They hit the 5-minute mark here at the ice end. Campo down 2, Centennial protecting a lead. They did not take any penalties through 2 periods. They've taken 2 here in the third. Tried to go all the way across, picked off by Gabrick, Short-handed, Jacob Gavrick moving in, and he can't get a shot away. Good pressure coming back by Helvik. Here's Shackert. He's got Snyder behind him. Looks to take it toward the net, goes short side. It went off the side of the net. Warden can't keep it in. A minute gone in the power play. Schilly whips it around and back to Campo's end. A little too early to pull Landon Toe, even though Campo's down 2. We're going to need one on this power play to make it competitive. Brandon Brown looking for him to get on the score sheet tonight. 5 goals, 5 points in the first 4 games this year. That's what happens. You print out the Campo roster, you circle Brown's name. Don't let him beat us. That's what you would do for an opposing team, at least. Centennial clears it out of harm's way. 15 seconds to go on the penalty against Patton. Taken away. This is an onside play. Centennial across. Melissa can't get his stick down. Kraft with good defense. Patton's out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. 3:20 to go here in the third period. Aiden Smith pulls up. Looking for the trailer. Ewert backhands it down. We'll keep an eye on Toe. He's to our left. The puck to our right. Ewert off the wall. Down low at the goal line. Gibbs goes down. The puck jumps out to neutral ice. Ewert to Smith. Across the line, taken down to a knee. Centennial playing lockdown defense here late in the third. Offside as Ganesh entered before Alfonso could get out of the zone. Campo still has their timeout. Let's see if they take it. And I guess they read my mind. They do. 2:42 to go here in the third. Timeout, Campo down 5-3. We'll be right back. All right, back here at the ice end, 2:40 to go in the third period, 5-3 Centennial in front. And they've done a great job here in the third period. They've closed down the doors. They've played lockdown defense. Sometimes that defense means playing offense and killing time. Newton toward the net. Goodman tipped it wide. Been really impressed by the freshman Goodman. Made some really nice plays. Here's Hoover. Hoover backhands it down. Killing time, offensive zone time, all important for Centennial. Here's Williams for Campo. Gets it to his forehand, but it jumps off his stick. He throws it in front. Gibbs got the stick there before Schleiting could pull the trigger. Good east-west passing play, but Gibbs one step ahead, and he makes another save on a long-range shot from Warden. 1:54 to go. We look at Toe. He takes a sip from his water bottle, and no coach is raising their arm. Greg French, the head coach, looks over at his goalie, looks back at the offensive zone. Maybe if they win this face-off, they'll pull him.
Logan Gibbs is definitely definitely one of the things that Centennial has been doing right is just outstanding goaltending from Logan tonight.
Ganesh gets it ahead to Giddings. Centennial breaks it out with ease. Here's Schilly. Schilly in the circle, saved by Toe. And picks his rebound up out of the air. 1:34 to go in the third. And that, means an offensive zone draw for Centennial. You can't pull the goalie if they choose to, of course. Centennial with 34 shots. Campo with 27. Gibbs with 24 saves and a lot of good ones. Cerneka tips it ahead. 2-on-1 for Campo. Cerneka couldn't control the puck. Good back check by Centennial there. Helvik drops it. Cerneka walks in, shoots. It got blocked on the way. Centennial high flips it out. Sutter might have a breakaway. Taken off his stick with 1:10 to go. Helvik got back in time. Smith for Campo. Clearing attempt knocked down by Melissa, who's done everything and more for Centennial tonight. A hat trick, an assist in there as well, and he's been really good defensively too. Clearing attempt kept in. That's Brown who walks in. His shot didn't get to Gibbs and clear down with 40 seconds. It'll be an icing with 39.1. So Campo decides they're not going to pull the goalie down two. They've had chances, but you got to give a lot of credit to Centennial team. Here in the third period, after a second period where, Campo had a lot of momentum. They scored two straight. They called that timeout. Ever since the timeout in the second period, Centennial has been a different team.
Definitely.
Your shot blocked off a shin pad, that of Patton. He hops up and gets right back into it with 30 seconds. Behind the net now, Snyder puts it in front, and Gibbs finds it and covers it.
Looks like we have some extracurricular activities in front of the net right now.
You have a Centennial Coyote down, that being Gabrick. He sits up. He seems to be all right. It's only game number 5 for either of these teams, but
looks like no penalties given on that little scrum in front of the net just there.
23.5 seconds to go. Centennial looking to close this out and get back on track with their second win of the year. Gabrick forces it out with 15. Campo, one last breath. Shackard puts it ahead, and Gibbs will cover it to his stomach with 8, with 7, and they get the whistle. Why not?
That was a long hold.
I think Gibbs was just keeping it close to his body and not allowing the ref to call the whistle until Campo got close enough. 4 seconds to go.
I think this is it for this Campo team tonight.
Snyder wins the draw, but that'll do it. A great effort from Centennial tonight gets them win number 2 on the year. They move to 2-2-1 and take down, for at least 4 games, the number 1 team at the D1 level in Campo Verde, moves to 3-2. 5-3 the final score. Player of the game tonight, and let me know what you saw from him. Mark Melissa, 3 goals tonight. Was really good defensively as well. Got an assist in there. What about his game impressed you so much?
He was just on the puck. I feel like every time he was on the ice, he touched the puck at least once. And I think he just had an outstanding night tonight.
Melissa, the captain, leads the way for the Centennial team. They win 5-3, and that'll do it for us. We thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with more Division I AHSHA games here on the AHSHA YouTube page.